situation affecting you in your area?
Okay, first of all, good evening, and we are representing Orange Drop. The answer to that question will be, in Orange Drop, there's not really much crime, except, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. There's not really much crime, but the two most common things that is occurring every single day in Orange Drop is drug trafficking and contraband. The example of the drug trafficking, my sixth farm is isolated from the town, and it is located in an area like this, whereby there is a lot of cane fields. And every Wednesday, to be exact, we will see an airplane circle the area. It was too slow, knowing that they drop their cargo and go about their business, and that happens every week. So you don't know that for Colombia or for somewhere. Then the case of contraband. In Travan village and in some of the other villages right there in Arundra, people will go and bring contraband goods like the food, the cola, and so on, and sell it in their shops or whatnot. And the thing is that the people know that the goods are contraband, and yet they still buy it. Now the second point is there is no immediate effect of any of the crimes except theft. In our area, when someone is not at home, you will always see people lurking around the area, or they are looking at the house, and one or two times theft does occur. And also paranoia is that late at night you can't really be on the streets by yourself, that both male and female, because you never know who's following you, who's watching you, and so on. Now the second question.
In reference to the first question, right, as you could all see in the presentation, nobody may really want help. Everybody just stick to their own thing. And that is what happens usually in Orange Walk. Everyone wants to be in their own little area. No one really wants to get involved because they know that they themselves could be hurt. And the way it affects us is that there's not that sense of security. And because of that, they just let crime just happen by, and all those drug dealers just to flourish in our district. And the main way it affects us is because it creates paranoia, and no one can really do anything they want freely. The second question, what could you do to alleviate the crime situation in your area?
Okay, we must inform authorities, meaning that we need to have more active youth in our district, or try to get more youth involved or active in the various youth groups and so on, or either open new youth organization or youth groups. And also that means that if a bunch of youth want to come together and do something, they must approach the minister, the area rep, or whoever they can, so that they could do whatever they want to do, especially if it is for their community. You can't wait until government, they're like, okay, we are doing this to you, and so. It not happen that easily. So if you as the youth want to do something in your area, go ahead and approach the higher people there, go to the minister, go to whoever you have to, but try to do something for yourself. And also, another one is the neighborhood watch. As Darwin said, yes, it will be costly and so on, but it is actually good to have a neighborhood watch to avoid the theft, avoid circulation of drugs in the area, and so on.
And then the other one that we have is sporting activities, and I can see in this question here it's all about what you can do. And what we were discussing is that many a times youth just wait for some organization to start a sporting activity, to start some sporting competition. But we feel that the youth need to be involved and come together and say, okay, in our area, all of us like playing football or basketball, and we come together and we say, okay, we have such teams, and we have all these people who really want to play, and you approach a certain business and you tell them we have these amount of people want to play, and we we have nothing really else to do, and instead of being involved in crime, we could do this. You have to take initiative and start whatever you want to start. If you want something to be done, you can't only wait for other organizations to approach you, but it starts with you. And then the other one, we have more authorities. As a member in our group was explaining that in his village there was a lot of crime and there was a lot of theft as well. And all the chairman in the village did was put up a sign for police booth in a building, and out of nowhere the crime stopped. And sometimes you need more of these authority figures to help to give the community a sense of direction, and that is why we feel that the youth need to take action. The third question is, what recommendations do you have to give the youth department to alleviate crime?
Okay, the youth involvement. One of the main ways to get the youth involved within a community is having more outreach programs or more youth programs. I live in a village, and over there are a lot of youth. Many of them drop out of school or have to drop out of school. Most of them do up to standard 6, and that's it. Some of them get a job, do something constructive with their lives, and others just sit down there. They have the opportunity to get a job, but they just play lazy. Simple as that. And also there are youth who have to drop out of school, then they struggle hard and they really want to do something. So there are a type of youth who we should actually try to get involved, and somebody just works. We should try to get them involved also. And also with youth involvement, we should have more youth programs, like to teach them cake decorating, sewing, cooking, carpentry, etc.
And then the other point we have is you have to outreach the rural villages and urban areas. And what we mean by this is that in those rural villages, they have a lot of talent, as she explained. And also by the youth department approaches these kids, and these youth, they have a lot of things that they can contribute to the group itself. And one aspect that we really saw that especially people here in our group are very talented in would be in areas such as agriculture. And that's why it would lead to our third point, which says agriculture investments. And by investment we don't necessarily mean finance. Mean that by these same talents it would contribute to the group, and by getting more people involved and raising awareness about the group, we would have more unity amongst everyone, and they could really use their talents such as agriculture, knitting, arts and crafts, and really make a difference, and it could contribute to a great decrease in crime. So